All right. Well, let's get this started. Hi, everyone, and welcome to my channel. And if you're new, feel free to click like on the video down below, leave a comment, and roast me for what may or may not be about to unfold, and subscribe. Anyway, for today's video, we're gonna do an account review. I know, at the top, very, very shameless. I am shameless. My name might be Kami the Shameless. Anyway. And I know that I use a poor phrasing of words here. I totally mispronunciated. I totally meant to say an account showcase, not a review. Unless, technically, we are still reviewing. It's just me. We're reviewing me. Me. This is my account. Well, I guess technically now that I'm a streamer, it's not really my account, it's ours. So yeah, I digress. Anyway, as you can see, I'm AR60. I'm a bit of a whale. I'm not the super giga whale. I'm not Tenha or Tectone, but I do like to dabble every now and again. When it's convenient to me, I should say. Oh dear. Yeah, no. There's nothing in there I don't already buy. Don't judge me. Anyway, as you can see, what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you everything in my account, so you can see exactly what I'm doing in my spare time at AR60. So first, let's go to the inventory, shall we? So, these are the weapons that I currently own. I own just a couple 5-star weapons. Barely any. No one would notice, I don't think. Yeah, no one would notice. I know there's a lot of repeats that people see. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to point out, why did you not R5 Jadewing? And the answer to that is very simple. Don't wanna. I would much rather have more than one weapon, so it's easier to build other units, even if they're on the support grade, than go for the R5. Even though the R5 is a significant damage increase, there is currently nothing in the game where that much extra damage is even necessary. Although I'm going to sound like a hypocrite, I'm sure, somewhere down the line. So, don't clip me. Anyway. So, these are all the weapons that I currently own. Let's scroll on down. Yes, I own a lot of repeats. Don't look. Don't look. I level up everything. Everything. Don't you judge me. Don't. Just don't do it. It's rude. But the reason why I do that is because, unlike most streamers and most accounts, I like to build every unit. And what I mean by every unit, I don't mean just leveling them up to 90, getting them the friendship rank 10, and then rotating my DPS's artifacts on them for a showcase. I mean everything. Every character in my account is leveled. Might not be 90 yet, but it's a work in progress. And they all have their own weapon and artifacts. And we're gonna go over that real soon. So I thought I would show you this before we get there. Fun fact, this isn't all of my 5-star weapons. I know, it's impossible to hide them all, but I figured this might come up sooner or later. So, let me confess. We're just gonna hop in here real quick. So, I must confess to the chat and viewers that I've had a Vortex Vanquisher before. I may or may not have fed it into a wolf's gravestone. I may have had a secondary Skyward Spine, and that may or may not have been fed into a wolf's gravestone. I might have had an extra level 90 Aquila Favonia, and I may or may not have fed it into a jade cutter. Fun fact, I own 2 level 90 jade cutters. I'm sure you can tell where this trend is about to go. And I may or may not have had another skyward blade, which is chilling in my other jade cutter. Fun fact, that same second jade cutter, it sits in my box. Well, so there are 4 extra 5-star weapons that have now been accounted for that are gone. And all right, I see the Papega comment. Rude, Lamau. Anyway, the the reasoning behind it is unfortunately there isn't much logic. I'm a whale. I'm a credit card hero. My logic is I will pull it again eventually anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway. Let's go on to the fun stuff. Psych, not yet. You wish. No, next we're going to go over... We're going to skip over this. We're going to save this towards the end. That's going to be a fun one. So, right now, we're going to look at my current... Let's look at those characters now, will we? We're just going to get right into it, aren't we? Yeah, I didn't think about which team I would lead with. So, now hear me out. Before we begin, I am going to state, I am just a whale. I did not say Giga whale. Okay? I'm a regular whale. Okay? I can Giga, but I usually choose not to. I must use usually. Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. Yep. Yep. Nope. I said no. No. Not Giga. Regular whale. Stop it. I knew this was gonna happen. Alright, let me explain. So... Stop it, I'm not a Giga Kieran. Or am I? I shouldn't be. Or else? No, I'm joking. Maybe? Stop it. Do not call me enormous. Unless? Anyway. Oh dear, this is... I'm gonna get memed to death, aren't I? Oh dear. Anyway. So yes, no, I must confess, my Arataki Ito happens to be C6. Not really, the best strong point for just saying you're a regular whale and then you open your account and then it's a C6 unit. I did not intentionally plan this. This was a blunder on my part, I must admit. Learning an awful lot about myself, huh? Hindsight is, something, huh? Oh dear. Anyway. See, in my defense, just R1. Just R1 weapon, okay? Just R1. I don't care for going out of my way to R5ing the weapons. I feel like the weapon banner is a trap. I am so sorry for all the whales that choose to go in there anyway for R5ing. I have no issues whaling to get 1. Sometimes 2. Sometimes 2 with 1 just chilling in the box forever. We don't talk about that. Okay? The only reason why is because I went out of my way. I had a C1 and I was happy, okay? Okay, I admit, I had a C1, I was happy. But then I wanted to C6 Doggo, and Doggo would not come home. So, I increased the budget, and I happened to win 5 50-50s in a row. And, yeah, so, I ended up getting C6 Ito for, what was it, around 400? Around 420 pulls? Yeah, this isn't gonna help. This is, yeah, I know it sounds bad. I can gladly show you the history if we need to do this in another time. Yes, I did win 5 50-50s in a row. And so, it's not that I chose to Giga Whale this time around. He came home, okay? Home. And it used to be he came home to me, But now I'm Strimmer. Now me, big Strimmer Kieran. So now he came home to us. Hopefully. Justifies it a little. Just a little. Anyway, these are his stats. He's not too bad. Working on him. Definitely trying to flesh out the extra bits. Streamer look confirmed. I wasn't streaming yet. This is not gonna bode well for me. I really didn't think this through. But yeah, no, pretty decent crit ratio, I'd say, with 2391 defense. Not too bad for a start. Obviously have him on the new set. Here we go. Let me move out the way just a smidge. Let's drop myself down here a little bit. There we go. I'll put myself back up later. But, yep, as you can see, decent circlet, not too bad. We like the energy recharge. We like the defense percentage. We like the crit rate. This goblet saved me, I will not lie. This might have been a little lucky. Just a little. But we're gonna roll with it. Okay? Roll with it. Roll with it. And here we have the defense sands. Crit. My word, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a decent time in this domain. I actually did not suffer nearly as much as some others may or may not have. And for those who did, my condolences. Anyway. Over here, we have a pretty good, I'd say it's very good on the CV. Pardon me for using the Genshin slang. If you want to know what CV is, we can talk about that in just a little bit. But nope, this one's pretty good. Well balanced, good, decent crit rate, good crit damage, really good defense percentage. We like those. The flower, another very good. We like those. We like those a lot. Good crit rate, decent crit damage. Could be a little better, could be way worse. So we'll take it. Anyways, now we'll move on to Best Boy, who made the whole whaling thing a thing. So, Bestest Boy, we got him on the 2-piece set. We'll go back over those in just a moment. So just 1547, level 80. Okay, fine. Yes, I know I blew past it. I'm gonna go back to it. Okay, fine. Yes, Ito's level 90. We know this. This shouldn't be that hard. I'm AR 60, so let's try to brush on past this. All right. Yeah. As far as talents are concerned, he's currently double crowned, and I plan on triple crowning him. So I figured I'd start the video before I do it, so you know, that way I can at least pretend I still have one crown. Copium. Don't judge me. Anyway, now back to Goro. Oh dear. What have I done to myself? Goro's level 80. 1547 for the defense. His attack stat doesn't matter because he doesn't do it. I did not put the ring on it. Stop it. Stop. Cease. He's got 55.6 crit rate with 152 crit damage. The ratio's okay, I suppose. I would prefer more crit rate, but we're gonna stick with it for now because I do like the energy recharge 209.5. So that way he can spam for my Ito. Yay. Weapon of choice, Favonius Warbow, level 80, of course. Now, I know I can technically level 90 him and get a little bit more extra damage out of it, but I get lazy. Not really, but really. Anyway, so this one, usually based off CV. Darn, did it again. Anyway, usually based off CV, this is not that great of a circlet, but it has high energy recharge and defense, so we're keeping it. We like those, especially on the supports. On the supports, I'm not nearly as picky. Nice little crit defense goblet here. Not bad at all. We'll take those. The Sands is actually a jewel, which is pretty nutty, but I didn't have anyone else to put it on, so might as well go to Best Boy. Yeah. Over here, we have just a high crit rate plume, but we take those, and we like those. So those are always very good. And lastly, we have another high crit rate. I'm starting to see a little trend here. Flower, which, you know, as one would assume, helped piece the build together. Sounds really ironic when you say it out loud. Anyway, Goro talents don't necessarily matter, so I'm gonna say that in advance. C6, of course, you heard the story, you know the drill. Mine's 199, so it means I 6-6'd him. I could go for higher, but the damage bonus is so minor that it's just not worth it. And honestly, if I crowned Goro E, that would be the ultimate Gopu. And we're not at that low point in life yet. So we're gonna just keep it on trucking, huh? So next, and Pio, I'm so sorry in advance. Okay, Pio-chan, gomenne. So this is my Shinha. Shinha, now, good news, is C0, okay? I'm gonna show that first. C0, see? No constellations. C0. But if you can guess why I apologized, this is my 6th 50-50 that I've won in a row. No, not C0 for now. Well, okay. In my defense, I might C1. Might. Yeah. But okay. Oh dear. But yeah, no, the reason why I said sorry is because this was the 6th 50-50 that I've won in a row, and that's not good. Big hearts to you, Ave. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah. My current talents right now for my Shinha is 686. So nothing too crazy. I will eventually begin to trend towards the good old crown. Probably within the next patch or two, I must confess. Best in slot artifacts for her is actually 2-piece Shimenawas and 2-piece Glads. Before we go over the stat piece, so you can understand. Currently at 3700 attack, it gets much higher the second I press E or do any other fun little shenanigans. These are her current stats. So good news, I suppose, if that's good news. I'm not at 50% crit rate for this unit. That's mainly because of one particular artifact piece. There is a reason for it, but it's a small price to pay for running permafreeze. C6 so I can live through you. We'll see. We'll see. I might end up doing some more summons. We'll see. That might be some fun little surprise content to do. We'll see. I'm definitely going in for C2 Zhongli though, because oh well, I guess I just spoiled that casually. Anyway. Oh, I'm terrible. But no, we'll see. We might try to bring some more Shinhas. Don't judge me. Don't you lamau me. Oh no, what have I done? Oh dear. Anyway, the crit damage is nice, 130, 1.6. 140 energy recharge is where you roughly want to have her at, especially if you're running her with her best in slot team comp. We can go over that another time. Yeah, we'll go over this boy soon. Anyway, so the reason why my crit rate's not over is because of this artifact piece right here. You definitely want to run as much attack on her as possible, so that way you can get more out of her for your cryo units. So this is decent. It's a very good goblet. We like those. It's not too bad. So you can see it's another very good for the sands. We like that. The flat attack is copious, but we'll take it. Decent plume, another high crit rate roll, it looks like. That's it's pretty much the trend for these things, huh? And then we got another very good flower. Not too bad. I mainly selected this piece in particular for the energy recharge. And before I forget, yes, I did summon for the Calamity Queller. Yes, shocker. Anyway, level 90. Man, I am bad at this. This is fantastic. Oh, go man, yabe. My editor's gonna have a fun time with this. But yeah, no, my support Zhongli is level 80. He's got good stats. He's got 70% crit rate, 136 crit damage, 150 flat energy recharge, and he's sitting at 34.3k HP. He's just my big old HP tank boy. I love him to pieces. And that's why I need to summon for C2. So that way I can use him more efficiently in rotations where I can get my shield instantaneously when I press Q. Just sounds more convenient for me. Anyway. Weapon is a level 80 Favonius Lance. I find Favonius Zhongli, in my opinion, to be one of the best support Zhonglis, just because he adds more value by providing orbs to everyone in your team. So it feels more smooth and rewarding on the rotation if you needed to swap the Zhongli for quick E, that you can develop more energy for everyone else. As far as the artifact set's concerned, I run them on a 4-piece Milia. I've got a good circlet on him, a jewel for a goblet, and I really enjoy this goblet. This goblet is a fun one. Good stats all around on this one, so I will take it. I am very grateful for it. We have a decent Sands over here, but it rolled the correct main stats, so we're going to keep that. We've got a very good Plume, crit HP percentage, energy recharge. I really couldn't ask for anything better for him. And then another crit energy recharge, HP percentage flower. It's very good too. We really couldn't ask for literally anything better than this. So, no, this is my ideal Zhongli setup for him to be a support. And he's done a fantastic job for my account for the longest time. His talents are 6, 8, 8. I know, I should get them higher. I should also get them to 90, but I'm sure you can see a trend here with some of my support units. Sometimes I just leave them at 80. I'm sure if I get harassed enough by chat, I'm sure that'll change in the future. So next we have Kazuwa the Kayeta Kazuha. Level 90. I'm sure as you just saw with this animation, a level 90 Freedom Sworn. Just R1. Just R1. Okay. For constellations, I do have him at C3 though. I did wail for him. I enjoy him. Yes, the Kazu. yes. The Kazu. We like the Kazu. All of the Kazu. All of it. So my Kazu is running 766 for Elemental Mastery, 56.3 for the crit rate, 156.5 for the crit damage. For those who are wondering why is my Elemental Mastery so low, that would be simple. Because I'm running 4-piece Viridescent, but I'm also running him for crit stats, and I'm not using an Elemental Mastery Circlet. However, that's not really an issue. If I want to, for the extra big number, I can literally swap to this circlet right here. And then when I'm over 1,000 anyway. So it's not like it really matters. I can hit the maximum damage cap for him. I'm sure it's not the absolute maximum if I wanted to mid-max it, but I'm not terribly too worried about that. For the Goblet, we do run an Elemental Mastery Goblet on him. Good crit stats on it, not too bad. We have a jewel for the Sands, which is fantastic. We do like that. We also run a jewel for the feather, for the plume. Wish it didn't roll into the defense percentage, though, remembering back on it. Wish it rolled into Elemental Mastery more. But, I mean, I guess if we had to, for the EM-only build, we could just swap to this piece in particular. So yeah, I'm not terribly too worried about it. It's not like I've ever had a need to swap the builds anyway. And then for the flower. The flower in particular is only a decent on the CV, but I kept it for 2 reasons. Obviously, one being the energy recharge stat, which every little bit helps. He doesn't need it main focused because he actually gets energy really well, and also because I want the high elemental mastery that came with it. It's a fantastic unit. His talents, if you didn't already see when I did a terrible job swapping, is 8. Not too bad, not too bad. He doesn't terribly need a lot of talent level investment. He does a fantastic job. He's an amazing unit and damage enabler, and I hope that all Kazu wanters become Kazu havers when he comes back in the future. Next, we have Zhao. So, as far as opinions go for Zhao, we're gonna wait until another video. Zhao is a Animo DPS carry, and he is small boy. Small. But other than that, with this Grump, currently run a 2-piece Shimenao's 2-piece Glad set on him. I'm aware that best in slot is technically still 2-piece Viridescent, 2-piece Glads, but I haven't had a chance to farm Viridescent in a while, and I'm not necessarily in a hurry for it, in my defense. That probably will change soon, but, you know, keep an eye out for that. We'll go back over the artifacts in just a moment. So, as you can see, obviously, I run a Jade Wing Spear on him. Nothing too unusual there. Constellations, he's a C2 unit. No particular reason I didn't summon intentionally for all of it. I just got really lucky and felt like burning up all the Primo I had at the time. Talents for my Zhao is 8. So not too bad. Not too bad. I enjoy it. It's not too bad, not too bad. Alright, so now we can go back in depth on this after we go over the stats. Oh, lordy. Order of operations, Kami. Come on, get it together. So 2659 attack stat. 69. Oh dear, I'm a child. 0.6 crit rate and 202.3 crit damage. Currently running 106.5 for the energy recharge stat, and that's not too bad considering that since I have C2, that he gets 25% more, and yes, I'm aware that is very copious. Also PO. Alright, let's take a look, see at his artifacts. Now we can look. Alright, so this one's decent. Lower crit rate than I would like, but has really high attack percentage, which is good for him. This Animo Gob just rolled really high for crit damage, so I decided to keep it. And it's a fun one. Same thing for the Sands. I think you're starting to see the trend with Zhao. How about that? As far as the Plume's concerned, the Plume is a very good with high roll in attack percentage, and honestly, we'll take those. Those are fine for him. Those are good stats for him. And once again, really consistent with this trade, huh? Once again, we have a very good Flower over here with high roll for attack percentage. I'm learning a lot about myself today. Anyway. Level 90. We knew that. Next is... Oh, lordy. Of course I clicked the wrong unit. I'm terrible at this. Anyway. Oh, lordy. Alright, so next is Eula. So, Eula, level 90. Love her to pieces. Love her to pieces. One of the best waifus. Granted, all of the waifus are best waifus. For every single person out there. So if anyone ever tells you your waifu's wrong, they're wrong. And that is how this is going to work. Anyway, so my Eula runs Song of Broken Pines. And this was before the weapon banner was fixed. We will not talk about that time. We just won't. Okay? Okay? We just won't. We won't. So, anyway. Her stats, really good ratio, honestly, for the nuke build, if I do say so myself. 60% for the crit rate, 230 for crit damage. Not too bad. I know someone's going to say, oh, not enough crit rate. But unfortunately, when you run her with another cryo unit, she gets 15% more, and 75% is actually fine. So we're going to chill with that and vibe. 116 energy recharge. I would run her with more, and I used to run her with a Sans at the time, but that's no longer necessary. Mine's just C0. See? Just normal whale stuff here. I just rolled enough to get her. Happy day. Artifacts. So, if you have a C2 Eula, best in slot would be a 4-piece Pale Flame. Otherwise, next best in slot would be a 2-piece Pale Flame and 2-piece Bloodstained. The reason why I opted for Bloodstained and Shimenawa's is mainly because of superior statting. That's all it was. Just I had way better artifacts for the set, so it just worked. So I have a very good circlet, very high crit rate on this one. Happy day, very happy. I pulled a Jewel for the physical, which honestly ended up making me change over to this artifact build anyway. So I must confess, it was the goblet. No shame. None. And then I got a Jewel for the Sands. Really high crit rate, good crit damage. Really like these stats. I'm very happy for that one. It's one of my favorites. And the Plume, which is very good. Good stats overall, very high crit rate. Wish I got a roll in the crit damage, but honestly, it was a max roll to start. We got energy recharge and attack percentage out of it. We'll just take what we can get. And then a very good for the Flower. Not bad crit rate. Really good crit damage though. Yeah, and that makes up her build in a nutshell. Her talent levels, if I recall, is 8, 8, 10. So pretty good, pretty strong, pretty consistent. You like getting good damage out of her. She's a good unit. Love using her. She's fun. I don't use her super often because I try to use a little bit of everyone if I can help it, but sometimes that doesn't always play out that way. All right, and I already mentioned she was level 90, just covering all my bases. 2370 for the attack stat. Okay, I think we're good. Probably not, but you know we're gonna move on anyway. Next is Ganyu. All right, so now we're gonna make this a little bit easier on us. So, constellations, she's C1. 4-piece Wanderers. So, we're going to just jump right into it. We got a good circle here. Good goblet here. Got a very good Sands over here. We got a Jewel for the Plume right here. So that's always fun. And we got a Jewel for the Flower. Yep, that's pretty it's pretty self-explanatory. Weapon of choice is going to be the level 90 Amos. Of course, she herself being level 90. 2383 for the attack stat, and those artifacts, the 4-piece Wanderers, that all brings her to 63% for the crit rate and 208.8 for the crit damage. Not bad, not bad. Really good, really strong, really consistent. I like it. 129 for the energy recharge stat. That's honestly negligible if I had to be honest. She gets energy back pretty easily, especially since she gets a back per charge shot. But yes, again, C1, so didn't go crazy for her. Might change in the future, honestly. I don't know yet. We have things to discuss. We have things to decide. And this is my Ganyu's talents. She is 10, 6, 6. There's no reason to crown these. Head pats. Anyway, so next is Kamisato Ayaka. Level 90. 2256 for the attack stat, 76.9 crit rate, 232 crit damage. She is a C0 unit. She runs the 4-piece Shimenawas. Run a Jewel for a circlet. very good for the Goblet. A very good, close to a jewel, for the Sands. Jewel for the Plume. Very high crit rate, decent crit damage. Good stats. I like it. And then a very good for the Flower. I like it. Not bad. And a high attack roll. So, also, I noticed. I know. I didn't do it for Ganyu. So, just when I thought I didn't, I forgot. So, my Ayaka is 10, 8, 10. And then this is more trouble for my editor. But, you know, we're just going to go with it. Anyway. Next. Of course, level 90. Ayaka is running a level 90 Mist Splitter. Is the Raiden Shogun. Love her to pieces. Love her. Oh my goodness. One of my favorite units of the whole game. Super fun. Super fun. So, she is C3. She's a very good unit. She's very strong. And I want the strong. Yeah, I like her too. I love her. She's so awesome. She's so cool and does so much damage. I'm like, whoa. You know? Mine is currently 6, 8, 13. Crowned her alt. Alt does big numbers. Happy day. Her weapon of choice is going to be the Engulfing Lightning. I did it again, didn't I? Yeah, I did. All right. We're going to pause a second for the editor. Editor, sorry in advance. We're going to pull it back and pretend that nothing happened. Oh dear, the power of editing. Anyway. So, her stats is 1961. When she's out on the field, it should be around 2411, if I recall correctly. Thanks to the engulfing. My Raiden stats are 62.5 on the crit rate, 172 flat for crit damage, and 269. Oh dear, I am a child. 0.9 energy recharge. And we'll go into detail about her build. So I run 4-piece, Severed Fate. Stop. Level 90. So this is a jewel for the circlet. It's very good. Very high crit rate. Good attack percentage. Would have loved for energy recharge to be in there, but you know, honestly, I'm 0.1 away from like where I wanted to be anyway, so it's not the absolute end of the world. Just smooge. Got a very good for the goblet. I run attack percentage for the goblet, and you know how it goes. If you're running a attack percentage sands, you run electro damage bonus in the goblet, and if you're running energy recharge in the sands, then you run attack bonus. And that's because she converts energy recharge into electric damage bonus. The more you learn. And this is the energy recharge sands that I opt for. Low crit rate, low attack, just as they came. Really good crit damage though. So very grateful for that. Very grateful for that. Very good plume. Not bad. I like the energy recharge on it. I like the high crit rate. The 4 stat line is perfect, so I will take it. And for a flower, high crit rate and low roll crit damage, smooge, but the crit rate does make up for it. So we'll still take those. All right, let's double check now. Went over absolutely everything, right? Talents, yep, fantastic. I'm sure I will still find a way to botch this up. Next is my Kaching, level 90. Did I forget it? Well, let's see here. There, I'm gonna say it anyway, just in case. And yes, Kaching is rocking the brand new dress. I love it. It's cute. It's so pretty. So my Kaching is C2. Talent levels are going to be 888. Her weapon's going to be level 90, Primordial Jade Cutter. And her stats are going to be 2104 for the attack, 96.2 for crit rate, and 228 for crit damage. Not too bad. Very close to where I want them to be. Just a smidge more crit damage. I'm trying. I'm really trying. But yeah, no. So there currently is no like best in slot artifact set for most Electro units because the Electro artifacts are kind of mid. They're kind of copium. True. First 5-star Pog. True. My account's first 5-star, besides Traveler, was D-Luke, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So my Kaching, obviously, since I run Jade Cutter, runs a crit damage Circ with high crit rate. I have a Jewel for the Electro Goblet. Love it. Really high crit rate, decent crit damage, energy recharge in the stat with not to love. I run a very good for the Sands. Also, if you couldn't tell by the artifact sets, yes, it is 2-piece Glad's 2-piece Shimenawas. I just chose the booster attack instead of bothering to go after Thundering Fury. Yes. I do enjoy this though. This is a really good plume. It's a Jewel. Decent crit rate, high crit damage, plus the attack percentage roll. We do like those. We in fact do like those. And a very good flower. Decent all around. Okay. Constellation check. Alright. And as I stated before, level 90. Just in case. This is extra work for the editor, but